Hi, my name is Mike, and this is part 3 of my video series where I am trying to troubleshoot a P0171 System 2 Lean trouble code on our 2007 Chevy Colorado. I'm in the car now, the engine is running, and you can see right now that the malfunction indicator light, the check engine light, is now off. This is kind of interesting because it does go on and off with driving behavior. Yesterday, I only drove short distances, low speeds around town, running errands, and the check engine light turned off. The code is still set, however. The light typically tends to turn on at higher speed driving, in excess of 50 miles an hour on longer drives. For example, when I'm driving to work, I have to go 20 miles down the highway, and that is when the light more frequently turns on. The code is still set, and you can see in here, if I look up the system status on my code scanner, you can see the malfunction indicator light status is off, codes found 1, monitors NA 2, that's just stuff that's not supported, OK is 7, monitors incomplete 1, and that's because it's only been about 61 miles since I last reset the check engine light, and the evap system monitor typically takes around 200 miles to complete that final test. This was an issue I had a little over a month ago where I was troubleshooting a P0442 evap small leak, and I replaced all of the standard evap components ranging from the gas cap, purge valve hose, purge valve vapor canister, vent valve, etc., all of the usual evap systems components that tend to fail. And I still was getting the P0442. It turned out it was because the seal at the top of the fuel tank, the ring that holds the fuel pump in place, had completely rusted out. You know, at 226,000 miles, it was in bad shape. That's a pretty poor design where they put the fuel pump in these vehicles, especially in the extended cab model, where it tends to accumulate a lot of water and rust and dirt on the top of the fuel tank. That lock ring was completely rusted out. It smelled like gas every time I got gas. I was getting that P0442 evap leak because the gasoline vapors were leaking right out of the top of the fuel tank through that lock ring. I had the fuel pump replaced in early mid-December-ish. It's now near the end of January. That P0442 has not come back. I continue to monitor it, but about 2 weeks after changing the fuel pump, as I mentioned in my previous videos, I started getting this P0171. I've thrown a ton of parts at it already. If you've watched my previous videos, I'm still getting it, and we can see that here in the code scanner. Let me go back, read codes, stored codes. Bear with me, it's kind of hard to hold this and hold the phone at the same time. And you can see there's that P0171 System 2 Lean Bank 1. So even though the check engine light is off, the code is still stored in the system, and if I were to get on the highway right now and drive 20 miles at 50 miles an hour plus, that light would come back on. And that's why I'm kind of leaning towards it being a low pressure from the replacement fuel pump. I just can't figure it out any other way, and I've had a couple of mechanics I've talked to suggested that the replacement pump is faulty. My fuel pressure test showed me getting about 58 psi, whereas they suggested it needed to be at 62 psi or higher in order to provide sufficient fuel pressure from the pump to the engine. So I had a couple other suggestions that it could also be the diaphragm inside of the power brake booster. The diaphragm is not something you can see externally, and it's not something that can be detected. I've sprayed like 3 cans of throttle body cleaner all over the top of the engine. It's not coming up as a vacuum leak. I've thrown a ton of parts at it. So let's just look at our fuel trim levels here. I'm going to go back. Let's look at our live data. So again, the engine is idling. It's been running in my garage here for 10 minutes or so, just enough time to reach operating temperature. I do have the garage doors open, which makes it cold, but I don't want to fill my garage with carbon monoxide. So complete list. So let's look at these fuel trim levels here. So I don't understand fuel trim levels very well. I know that they can help point to the cause of a leak. My understanding is that the closer it is to 0, the better. When it's a positive number, it means the system is adding fuel to enrich the mixture, and when it is a negative number, it's subtracting fuel, like to lean out the mixture. So we're looking at short-term fuel trim and long-term fuel trim. Long-term just means it's set like every 20 seconds or so, and it's what the system defaults to if I were to shut it off and turn it back on again. So I'm idling at around 700 RPM. I'm going to accelerate, and we're going to look at that short-term fuel trim number here. So the long-term trim is going up. Short-term is actually staying fairly close to 0 there. It's getting a little negative. I'm up at just over 1500 RPM. Still pretty close to 0, -5. I'm going to back off the accelerator. And now it's a little bit closer. -3, 0, 1.6, -1.6, 0.8. So fairly close to 0. Long-term trim is not super high. It's at 8.6 right now. I'm going to pause the camera. We're going to disconnect the vacuum line going to the brake booster. We're going to plug it, and we're going to run this test again. Okay, so now we're going to run that test again. We've got the vacuum line going to the brake booster plugged off. I didn't really have a great way to plug it off, so I just kind of jammed a bolt up in there with some tape wrapped around it and clamped it down on there. We're going to run that test again now. So right now, I'm going to bring the RPMs up. Short-term fuel trim bouncing around again. 0.8, -4.7, 0.0. -5.5. Pretty similar to what it was before. Long-term trim seems to be staying consistent. -3.9 on short. 2000 RPM. I'm going to back down off the RPMs a little bit here. -4.7. Short-term trim, -5.5, -2.3, -3.1. So, as I said before, I'm just not familiar enough with what these numbers mean to know if they indicate anything for me. I would really like to be able to do a smoke test. I don't have a smoke tester. I looked on Amazon. They're over $100 for a tester. I saw a pretty interesting picture. Somebody made a homemade smoke tester. They posted a picture of it over on the 355 Nation forum where we're discussing this topic. A little outside of what I feel like doing, but maybe something that I need to do in order to properly diagnose this. It seems like a smoke test is the best way to test for vacuum leaks. But it just seems really unusual to me that the light turns off, at low speed driving, turns back on, high speed driving. Is it fuel pressure? Is it a vacuum? If someone who's more familiar with these numbers feels like chiming in, I would really appreciate it. If anyone else is also having this problem, feel free to follow this video series as well as the thread on 355 Nation and hopefully we can figure out a solution to this. Thank you, and have a great day. One more quick clip in graph mode with the brake booster connected.